All right, what is going on, everyone? I have an extra special video for you today because I know a lot of you are out there trying to buy your first e-bike, researching e-bikes, trying to imagine which one you would pick, right? But what if you got the chance to test ride all of them? Well, this guy right here, Papa Citizen, got that chance. He rode all of these bikes today, and he's gonna tell us what he thinks on each one, what he noticed about each bike. So hopefully you will be able to live through him vicariously and learn a little bit more about all these 26x4 fat tire bikes. So let's see what he's got to say. All right, everybody, we are here with Papa Citizen. He's gonna tell us about these bikes. Well, thank you for helping me out. We look so much alike, right?
Yeah, right. Oh, my hair.
All right, so we got these in the order that you rode them. There is a lot of fat tire bikes here, right? So we put them in the order that he test drove them and just kind of walk through them. So the first was the Cyrusher 900. What did you think about this one?
I like the Cyrusher 900. I really like the way it looks. It's got a really sharp looking appearance to it. Comfortable, comparable power going up. I took them all on the same course. Went up a couple moderate hills, pedaling on one, throttle only on the other. I like the way the 900 performed. I mean, it wasn't the top performer, but...
Not the top performer, but solid, huh?
But solid. And definitely the thing I like the most about it is the appearance. I mean, it
is flashy.
Sharp.
Well, I added some stuff to this. I mean, the mirrors, you know, those aren't stock. I added these mirrors on, kind of like motorcycle mirrors, and I did the spoke skins in yellow. So it comes with black spokes, of course.
I did notice that you can only turn the wheel so far.
Yeah, the forks hit the frame.
And there's stoppers on it. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
all right, so decent power. You like that one? It's comfortable. Anything people should know about it? I mean, how easy was it to get off and on? You're what, 5'10"?
Yeah, I mean, with my back and neck, I mean, I have to be careful how I swing that leg up over it and get on it. But with the seat all the way down, I didn't have a problem. I imagine if we put a pack on the back, I'm going to have to lift the leg up a lot higher. And it'll be a little more difficult for me. But
that's something you don't think about. You know, they all come with a rack, but then when you put a bag on there, all of a sudden it's 6 inches higher to get your leg over it. So, and they don't make I don't think they make a step through on any of these. So.
Well, it's probably pretty hard with the
Yeah, you got the full suspension there, which, did you even notice that was working? It's pretty stiff.
Yeah, I can't say that I noticed it. I probably wouldn't like to have the bottle holder right there.
Yeah, I've seen that on a number of bikes really. I mean, who's going to put a bottle right here? It's kind of right in the way of your standover height.
Yeah.
Next was another Cyrusher bike, the 650. Pretty kind of similar. But what do you think of that one?
Well, I wanted to take this one home with me the last time I was here. I like this bike. It's comparable to the 900 as far as power and performance goes. And it's also a flashy looking bike. I really like the blue on it.
Yeah, that blue's crazy.
Everything else, I mean, there is no rear suspension on this bike. I don't know, a lot of them don't have the rear suspension. I didn't really, where I took it today, I really didn't notice the difference on it. I'm not somebody that's going to be taking this bike off-road and over, you know, through fields and bumps. And my riding is on bike trails and easy going.
Yeah. Power-wise, compared to the 9, was it pretty?
I think it was similar.
Similar?
Yeah.
All right, this is the Hemingway Cruiser, the regular, you know, black cruiser model here. I mean, this Hemingway was one of your favorites before. What about now? After riding, like, how many did you ride today?
I rode 14 different bikes today.
14 bikes today, okay, wow.
And there's still, you said 5 more in the garage.
Yeah, we got a problem. We have an e-bike problem here. But
the Hemingway, when I was down here the last time, I felt it was one of the better performers. I mean, I felt that it had a little bit more power than some of the other ones.
Well, last time we were comparing it to like the Rad Rover, which it's got way more power than the Rad.
Yeah, today I felt that it was comparable with the Cyrushers. I mean, each one of them has is a little bit better than the other in certain areas, but
the Hemingway logo kind of faded off there. That's surprising.
But it's a good bike.
Comfort-wise,
that was fine. You know, I'd like to have a more padded seat.
That seat's pretty.
Seat,
seat's pretty thin there, but at least it's kind of wide. So now this is kind of the odd one in this group because this is the M2S bike, the got a long name. The R750 FS all-terrain sport R50. I don't even know. It's a really long name. Put it on the screen, but it's got 29-inch wheels and it's got the 3-inch wide tires. So full suspension on this thing. It's a very big bike to get onto, but the tires are just a little bit thinner. But what did you think of this thing?
Well, I thought this was a sharp-looking bike too. I like the color on this.
It is a really good-looking bike. The parts on it. I mean, look at the rear suspension is definitely better than the side rusher suspension.
I really like the rear suspension on this. To be honest with you, what I don't like about it is the left-hand throttle.
The left-hand thumb throttle.
You know, being I rode motorcycles and four-wheelers, it's hard for me to get used to that left-hand throttle.
Yeah, so thumb throttle, left hand on that one, you'd change that.
I changed the seat.
How was it getting off and on this thing though?
I mean, it's tall for me here. You know,
it's tall bike.
You know, the handlebars, it's comfortable there. I mean, they're nice and wide. And
it's probably got one of the better build qualities of the bikes, I think, as far as the parts they use. And all right, M2S. Next, we've got the Eventin Adventure, not Adventure, Adventure. So again, 750 watt fat tire e-bike, right in that price category. I think this might be on the higher end. This is like $18.99, maybe $19.99. I think they bumped it up. Well, tell me about this one.
Well, this bike has good power. I mean, this probably was one of the most powerful ones hill climbing wise out there. I could go up the hill throttle only, pedaling with ease. I really like that. I noticed that it doesn't have a front fender on it for whatever reason.
Well, I took that off.
Oh, you took it off?
Yeah, it has that. It comes with that.
Okay. Well, I like the front fender. I'm not sure that I like step through yet.
Really? I find it so much easier to get off and on. I don't mind it at all.
I don't use it.
I know you don't, but if you had a pack on that rear rack, you might.
I might. You know, I mean, this bike, it was one of my favorites. I mean, definitely, because I'm looking for something that gives me a little bit more performance. And this one definitely offered that to me. Again, left-hand throttle.
Yeah, left-hand thumb throttle.
It just takes me some getting used to that.
Which, I mean, you could, if you change the grips, you might be able to put a different twist throttle on it, but I like this bike a lot, honestly. I like the step through, I like the look of it. It's finished really nice. It's got really good hill climb power. It's one of the strongest here.
Definitely. And
the brakes, it's got fantastic hydraulic brakes. These Bengal Aries 3 hydraulic brakes are really good on this thing.
Seat's nice.
The seat, that's aftermarket. I bought that on Amazon.
Okay.
I like my squishy seats, so I put that on.
Now, is this a taillight here on the frame?
It has one taillight on the frame, just one side, which I wish it was dual. But
yeah, and I like it if they would put turn signals on.
Yeah. Well, speaking of turn signals, we're up to Be Cool, which does have turn signals from the factory. The only bike here that's got turn signals. So this is the Be Explorer from Be Cool Bikes. They make one also called the Adventurer. That's a popular name, I think, which is more of like a step over. This is the mid-step height. You know, you can't go too low there with the rear suspension. But yeah, this is kind of a newer bike out. I just did the overview video on it. What did you think of this one?
Well, this was the one that I was going to be most interested in coming down the ride, because I liked the fact that it was orange in color, because it was something different. I liked the fact that it had turn signals on it, which I kind of wanted. Once I got on it, performance-wise, I think this bike has a little bit better hill climbing power than what the Cyrushers and Hemingway.
Better than Hemingway and Cyrusher in power, hills.
I
wow.
felt that it was a little stronger. Not a lot, but a little.
Interesting.
I'd have to maybe do it again, but I mean, I would, if I went to a bike shop that had all these bikes sitting there and I was going to buy one, I would be confused. I mean, there's just, each bike has something good about it, and you just kind of have to weigh what you're looking for when you buy it. Do you want something that top end speed, or do you want power, or do you want looks?
Yep.
Me, I kind of wanted all of it.
You want it all. What is this one? What's the standout feature on this thing? The suspension? Turn signals?
I think it's a combination of that. I mean, I was happy with the performance of this one. I like the fact that it does have turn signals. It's got the throttle on the right.
I feel like it's a good, just kind of all-arounder.
It is.
The orange is not crazy flashy, though.
No.
It's a very muted orange. It's kind of a pearl orange, I called it, because it's got a little bit of silvery look to it in the sun. But
And where I rode, I did not really notice the rear suspension because I wasn't hitting any bumps or anything. I was just going on the street, so I don't know how this suspension compares to the other rear suspensions as far as the give goes, but it's nice to have it.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Now this one. This is I haven't even ridden this yet at this point. I just got this the other day and just got it put together and just got the battery charged, and he was the first to ride it, so I don't know anything about it. This is the Magic Cycle. So you know, overview video coming on this one soon after I have a chance to ride and test and do all my stuff on it. But you know more about this bike right now than I do. So
yeah, unfortunately, you're not going to have any opportunity to test this bike because I'm taking it home.
This is your favorite. That's kind of funny that the order in which you rode them, I guess we saved the best for last, according to you.
I like this bike. Performance-wise, I'm going to be anxious to line it up against the Eventin.
So this and the Eventin are top dog performance-wise on
I think so. Well,
on the little circuit you rode.
Of this style bike, yes, I feel this one and the Eventin are pretty close to one another. This is a very comfortable bike. It's I like the blue emblems, and it's sharp. Easy for me to get on and off.
So comfy, easy to get on, lots of power apparently. I'm anxious to ride it and try the power. I haven't even ridden it. So this is your favorite. Okay.
Yeah.
They do make this in a step through.
Yeah?
Just so you know. Which they didn't give me a choice of which one I wanted.
No, I like the display too. It's kind of nice having a color display.
Yeah, it is one of the better displays.
Now I got to figure out what to do with my XP at home. I mean, I like my XP too. But when you get to see the variety available here.
Yeah, you are spoiled. You got to try all of these. There's probably 95% of the people watching this video are going to be wishing they could have done this and tried all these to see the differences and what they feel like comfort-wise, what they feel like power-wise.
But again, it's confusing.
It is confusing. Well, I mean,
you
rode them all back to back to back to back.
You have to pick what you're looking for. It's like I said, power or speed or appearance. Appearance-wise, I mean, that Cyrusher 900 is a sharp-looking bike.
Yeah,
that would turn heads.
This is a head turner with the yellow spokes and everything I got on there. The Cyrushers are the flashier colors for sure. The Hemingways are not flashy with the color. I mean, they're black and white, that's it. And I don't know about this Magic Cycle. If it's got, I think it also comes in like a white, maybe? This has been here for like one day, so I don't have my notes on it yet. All right, well, there you go. You got to hear some feedback from someone other than me on what it's like to ride these bikes. Probably the demographic of who watches my videos. You would fall into that category for sure. So Magic Cycle was the winner for Papa Citizen out of all of these, but we put them on some other bikes too. So let's go check out those ones. All right, so we've got the section of, I don't know, these didn't really fall into a large category here, but first off, KBO Breeze, commuter style bike, which you guys don't know this, but this is not my original KBO Breeze. The original one went to Papa Citizen. Last time he was here, he took it home because he liked it so much because it was so lightweight and had decent power. But you rode this again today down here. How did it match up with the other fat tire bikes?
It was close to the other fat tires, I think.
In like power wise, you mean?
Yeah, I think probably because it's so much lighter.
Yeah.
It climbed the hills and did the top end speed comparable. This top end speed though does max out at 22, 23 mile an hour. When you're pedaling and you hit that speed, there's nothing left. You can feel it kick out.
It's very quick off the line though. For only a 500 watt motor in there, it's pretty good
I
acceleration.
Still like this bike. I mean, I like it because it's nice and light. I feel very comfortable. I can let go of the handlebars and ride down the road not worrying about it. People don't even realize it's an e-bike.
Yeah, it kind of
just
camouflaged
like
a little bit
bike.
there.
The battery pack is a real slim line in there. You don't even notice it.
Let's get that one out of here. And then behind it, time I'm filming this, I haven't released this video just yet, but this is the Mac Mission 100 bike, which is, you know, commuter style bike, extremely lightweight bike. This weighs like 50 pounds or something crazy with the battery on it. 350 watt motor on this, 36 volt system. Very cheap bike on the price range. I mean, it's $849, I think, is the going price for this right now. So if you're looking for, you know, something on the that's going to be a little bit lighter on the budget, Mac Mission. This is your basic, like, I want to try an e-bike and I'm going to use it for a commuting kind of bike, I think. But that's what I got out of it. What did you think of this one?
Well, it's not one that would be interested in, because I'm looking for that bike that I can take to the store and pick up a gallon of milk or something like that. Now, there's no racks on this to be able to do that. The 350 watt motor, after riding all the 750s and 500s and
it's not a fair fight.
Just doesn't get it for me. As a first time e-bike rider and you got on this bike, you'd probably be happy.
Yeah.
Because it gives you enough power to assist you going up the hills, and that's great.
All right, we are on to the Unirrow cargo bike. Unirrow, you know, that name is, I think, if you can see the name there, I put the sticker on there. I think that stands for Europe, North America, Australia, where they sell them. I think that's where that comes from. I'm not positive on that, but this is its own character, its own entity. This matches with nothing else I have here. Cargo bike, I mean, 500 watt mid-drive motor on this, no suspension. It does offer the ability to have a dual battery. You know, another battery goes in this little box here. It's already wired up for you to plug it in. I don't know, I don't see the general public of e-bike, fat tire e-bike people buying this one. This is more, I think, for someone that owns a business and wants to deliver something, or has whatever cargo they got to carry. I mean, this is strictly cargo bike for me. What do you think of this thing?
Well,
it's your first time seeing it.
I mean, it's not for me, but, you know, maybe for some older person that wants to go to the grocery store and buy some groceries and put a basket back there and haul them back home, that, you know, doesn't need a lot of power to go up the hills.
Well, it's got power to do the hills.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You had it in 7th gear trying to climb the hill.
Well, I'm not a fan of these mid-drive motors.
That's important to know, though, because the mid-drives are totally different the way you ride it. And I think most people like the hub drive better because you don't have to think.
You don't have to think. This, you have to think about what gear and assist you're in, and it just, you know, I don't know. It's not for me. Maybe for the right person.
Yeah, this is a very niche kind of bike. You got to be looking for a cargo bike for this. All right, we're on to the small wheel bikes, the 20-inch tire, fat tire bikes now. And first up is the GForce Bike, 350 watt motor on this one, and a rear passenger seat. It's foldable, lightweight. I don't mind this one for riding around town. It's actually pretty fun. What did you think of this thing?
Well, I thought it performed pretty well for 350 watt. I think, you know, the rear seat, maybe if you put a small child or something on the back, the bike would do okay. There is no foot pegs though for the feet, which is kind of a problem.
I think that's what they were going for with this, right? With the carrying a little kid. I'm not sure who. You can't really carry adults on there.
I'm not sure. Yeah, what else you would put on there? It folds easy. I noticed that, easier than the one that I have.
Yeah, it does.
Not a bad bike for the price. I mean, again, if you're just wanting to cruise around town, there's no suspension on it, so you don't want to be doing any off-road.
Let's get that one out of here. How about now we're on to some big guns here. This is a crazy one. Aerial Rider X-Class 52 volt 1000 watt motor. Look at the size of this rear motor in there. It's huge, and it peaks at 2000 watts. So this thing is quick. I mean, it's quick off the line and it's quick top end. This thing to me is like riding a little miniature motorcycle. What's the feeling you get on it?
It's fast. I mean, it's definitely a fast bike. I'm going to be anxious to line these next two along with your Rad Rover up on a drag race and see what they got. But I like this bike because of the speed on it. Sharp looking bike. No adjustment in the seat. Does have rear or full suspension. Has foot pegs.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an auxiliary seat that you can buy for that.
They make a long seat. You can get a seat that goes all the way back to here, so you can carry a passenger. This thing would have the power to do it too. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's fast. It's quick off the line. It's fast.
Yeah, this is about, I think, 33 mile an hour ish. I think is what I got it to go. Very powerful bike.
And again, I took it on the same path that I took all the other ones on, and there was a few bikes that just outperformed everybody else, and this was one of them.
Yeah. So. This has got some juice. Some go juice in that bike. Now this one, you guys haven't seen yet. As of the time I'm recording this, I just got this one in, and this is a beast as well. It's going to be very, very interesting to match this fabulous bike. This is the fabulous EMX Extreme bike, and we're gonna definitely do some drag racing, side by side with the aerial rider on this. I don't know. I've ridden them both. I don't know which one is faster. They're both very quick off the line. Now this has dual motors, so you've got a 500 watt hub motor in the front and 500 in the back. And I mean, the acceleration off the line it's hard to keep traction, honestly. The front wheel just does a burnout. It's so powerful. So what was your feeling on this? Is this the first time you've been on this one?
Oh, it's definitely, I think if you're just running the rear motor, it's comparable to most of the other ones. But when you flip the switch and kick that front motor in, it goes. And from a dead stop, you definitely spin the front tire.
That's exactly what I felt riding it. When you turn just the back motor on, it feels like any other e-bike.
Yep.
When you push the red button for the front motor, it's a completely different bike then.
And you have to be careful, because when I came back from the ride and I turned into your gravel driveway with both motors kicked in and I hit the throttle to go up the driveway, that front wheel spun and took off. So you have to be prepared for that thing to kick in. There's definitely power here.
Now that's a prime example of why I like my homemade all-wheel drive bike, because when I do a turn like that and I'm operating at low speed or on loose gravel, I don't push the front wheel because I know it could spin out on me. This, it's automatic unless you turn the button off, so I got the seat way up high for you.
But, the handlebars are nice. I mean,
handlebars have a great little easy, you just push this button in here and then they flop with a ton of adjustment. So I like those handlebars. Yeah. It's a different kind of frame. It's not really like the Rad frames or the Hemingway frames. It looks like a little, I guess like a BMX bike frame almost.
I like the wheel rims on this with the whatever that is called.
These little red punch outs. So the rim here has holes punched out in it, and then the liner inside the tires shows through. It's really sharp with the red paint job on this. This thing's crazy performance-wise. That battery is absolutely ginormous.
I'm not a big fan of the strap here. I haven't quite.
It does have a Velcro strap holding the battery just in place. It's locked in place, but that's just kind of I think, fail-safe. This is a 28 amp hour battery, so just obnoxious battery size on this thing. This has got a lot of features I like. It came with a suspension seat post, the same one I buy from my other bikes, actually. All right, now Hemingway Escape. This I've got kind of set up as my little comfort cruiser with the bags and all the racks and the cell phone holders and the mirrors and the cup holders and all that. And I think this is very, very comfortable and easy to ride, this bike, and it's got good power. It's one of my favorites, actually, for comfort and just cruising and enjoying the scenery. What's your opinion of the Hemingway Escape?
Well, I liked this when I was down here before. I thought it was one of my favorites, and it still is. It does not have the power and speed that the Aerial Rider and the Fabulous has, but it is by far the most comfortable bike to ride of your whole collection.
The tire. I have a big collection now. This is number one for comfort.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the handlebars are nice and wide, so you have good control of the front end. The seat's comfortable. It's not adjustable, but it's nice to sit on. if this had the zip that the other two had, it would be fantastic.
I mean, I can put a motor on the front wheel if you want.
I mean, this is, I'd take this anytime. This is very, very nice bike.
Yeah, I do agree that the handlebars make it very comfortable with how upright and tall they are.
Yeah, they're
compared to aerial rider, their handlebars are like way down here. Yeah,
I'm not one that likes to lean over. I like to be able to sit up, but very, and then being stepped through.
Wow, so comfort award winner on this one, and then the magic cycle, however you say it, was the I guess overall winner, the one you would take home if I gave you a choice, huh?
Yep.
All right, well, that was all 14 bikes that he rode today. Various different styles of bikes, the 26x4 fat tires, the small wheel bikes, some odd character bikes, and I guess the end result was the Magic Cycle was his #1 pick, the newest one of the bunch. I haven't even ridden it yet. And then the Escape bike from Hemingway was probably the most comfortable of any bike here, he says. So I would agree that that's definitely one of the most comfortable. I don't know if it's the top one or not. I never tried to decide that myself, but what do you have what wisdom do you have for the people about all of these bikes? What do they need to know if they're gonna buy one? What do you think?
Well, I think everybody has their own reason for wanting an e-bike. I mean, do you want it for just cruising around town or on a bike path, just enjoying the ride, or if you want it to, go to the store and carry something cargo back, if you're looking to have performance and you go out with a group of people and you want the fastest bike there. It kind of all depends on what you're looking for. And then of course, you got to consider how much money you're willing to spend.
That's
Some
true.
of these are relatively cheap bikes, others are a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if you're not sure you want to get into the e-bike market, maybe you want to start out with something a little less money to make sure you like it.
True, I didn't think of that. Yeah, there's some drastically different prices of bikes here. The 26x4 fat tires, they're all pretty close, 15 to 2,000-ish, but some of these, like Aerial Rider's up over $2,000. That fabulous bike, I'm not sure the exact price on it off the top of my head actually, but it's well over 2,000 bucks. That's right in the category. That's like a $16.99. Yeah, you got to decide what you want to spend and what you're going to use it for. I think all of these bikes have their purpose. You just have to watch a lot of videos and decide, I guess, what's the main thing you're looking for and what bike's going to give you that. So I hope you found some of this helpful. That's why my goal, try to make some useful content. So hopefully it was helpful to hear someone else's opinion other than mine on a lot of these bikes. And I think that's all for today. So do me a favor, click subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like this stuff, and check back for more content. But thank you for your help. Thank you for watching.